Have you ever heard a fact that sounds like a glitch in reality but is actually proven science? Our brains evolved to navigate a very localized environment. We expect gravity to pull down, ice to be cold, and time to move forward at a steady pace. This intuition helps us survive, but it isn't always accurate. We've collected 10 proven facts that contradict how we assume the world works, observations that don't fit our standard mental models. Looking at these anomalies is a way to see how the universe operates when it isn't being viewed through the lens of human experience. Many of our assumptions are based on how we measure time. We base our chronological understanding on our own lifespans and the rotation of our specific planet. On Venus, those measurements don't align. A single day there lasts longer than an entire Venusian year. This orbital model shows the discrepancy. Venus rotates on its axis slowly, taking 243 Earth days for one spin. However, it completes a full orbit around the Sun in only 225 Earth days. We don't have to leave Earth to find these strange chronologies. Sharks have existed for over 400 million years. That means they appeared in the fossil record roughly 50 million years before the first trees appeared on land. For nearly 50 million years, the oceans were full of sharks, but the continents were completely devoid of forests. We think of ancient woodlands as a permanent part of Earth, but these timelines show how much the planet changed before our own history began. Beyond time, our intuition often fails when we look at extreme environments. Earth has landscapes that function more like different planets. Scientifically, a desert is defined by a lack of precipitation, not by sand or heat. If a region receives almost no rain or snow, it is a desert. The Atacama Desert in Chile is famous for this. Some areas have reportedly gone hundreds of years without significant rainfall, creating a landscape so similar to Mars that NASA uses it to test planetary rovers. But because precipitation is the defining metric, the largest desert on Earth is actually Antarctica. It receives so little snowfall annually that millions of square miles of ice are technically a desert. In other places, the local chemistry creates conditions that look like fiction. Lake Natron in Tanzania has water so alkaline it is corrosive to most organisms. When animals die in the lake, the high concentration of sodium carbonate acts as a preservative. Their bodies become calcified, turning into stone-like statues that look like mummies. These environments show that Earth's own geology frequently operates outside the normal conditions we experience every day. Even common objects follow rules that aren't immediately obvious. You can find examples of this right in your kitchen. Every banana you eat is technically radioactive. They contain potassium-40, a naturally occurring radioactive isotope found in the fruit. The amount of radiation is harmless in normal quantities, but the fact remains that a standard breakfast item is emitting a measurable amount of radiation. Nearby, you might have honey, one of the few foods that does not decompose. Its combination of low water content and high acidity creates an environment where bacteria cannot survive. We know this because archaeologists have found pots of honey inside 3,000-year-old Egyptian tombs. Despite the passage of 3 millennia, the honey remained edible. Animal physiology offers even stranger examples. Wombats produce cube-shaped waste. Their intestines squeeze the waste unevenly to create flat-sided blocks, which the wombats use to mark territory on rocks and logs. This diagram shows a similar extreme inside your own body. Stomach acid is powerful enough to dissolve food, but it would also dissolve the stomach itself if the organ didn't constantly replace its own inner lining every few days. These examples show that life is sustained by a series of high-energy chemical processes and specific biological adaptations. The final entry on our list is an organism that survives by essentially pausing its own biology to endure the cold. During the freezing winter, the wood frog enters a state of suspended animation. Its heart stops beating, it ceases breathing, and ice forms inside its body. When spring finally arrives, the frog slowly thaws out. Its circulatory system resumes function, and it continues living normally. This ability to halt and restart vital processes shows that under specific biological conditions, the line between an active organism and a dormant one is more fluid than we realize. These 10 facts collectively show a universe that is far more complex than our daily experience suggests. Science provides a way to look past our limited intuition and understand the actual mechanics of the world around us. Which of these facts was the most unexpected? The immortal honey, the cube-shaped poop, or the frog's survival mechanism? Let us know in the comments. If you want to see more examples of how science challenges our perception of reality, make sure to subscribe.